Hello, my name is Jennifer Horniak and I am a candidate for a master's degree in educational technology through Boise State University. Welcome to my reflection video. In this video, I would like to share some thoughts and reflections on my experience throughout the EdTech program at Boise State. Also, I would like to highlight some of my course artifacts or assignments that I completed throughout my coursework here. Thanks for joining me in this video. I want to share just a little bit about me before I move into the reflection portion of this video. I currently am the Director of Instructional Technology and I work in the Department of Catholic Schools for the Diocese of Wheeling-Charleston. Our diocese encompasses the entire state of West Virginia and includes 28 schools. I am very fortunate to get to work with principals and teachers across the state in the area in the field of educational technology. Before I came to the diocese, I was a classroom teacher. I taught 5th and 6th grade math, science, and social studies. And from my time in the classroom, I saw how technology could not only motivate and excite students about their learning, but also really enhanced their learning and the teaching in the schools. I was always really interested in working with teachers and finding new ways to integrate technology to help enhance teaching and learning. So this program at Boise State has really been beneficial in my job. Everything that I've been able to learn about theories and practical applications, I will be able to share with the teachers that I work with across the state. I'm going to be able to show you now different reflections and artifacts and how they really will help me in my job. So let's get started. As I reflected over the coursework in the EdTech program and tried to determine artifacts that I wanted to highlight in this video, I found it to be a very difficult choice. There are so many specific course assignments and projects that I completed that have really made an impact on me as a professional in the field of educational technology. I've decided to highlight artifacts that have really had real-world application for me in my job. This is very important to me through the EdTech program that I was applying my learning directly to my job. So I'd like to share a few of those artifacts with you now and give you a little flavor of the EdTech program. One of the artifacts I would like to share is my final project for EdTech 506, Instructional Message Design. In this class, we learned about graphic design and how to create graphics to include in our instruction. Throughout the class, we learned about different principles, one of those principles being the CARP principle, which incorporates really looking at contrast, alignment, repetition, and proximity when designing images. So in my final project, we have put in images throughout the project to show our work in terms of instructional design. And here are just a couple samples of the images that I created during the class. This is a smartboard image, and I will show you a few more throughout this lesson. I did a few images specifically highlighting Smart Notebook, which is what this unit of instruction was all about. So those were the images. Also throughout the website, I carried on the principle of CARP by using the same principle to design the website as I did the images. So for example, on each of the lesson pages I have a watch, a read, and a hands-on icon, and I repeated these throughout each of the pages so that the learner always knew when they got to this section what was expected of them. If it was this icon, they were going to be asked to watch something. If it was this icon that I designed, they were going to be asked to read something, and so on. So I applied the CARP principle not only to the images I created, but the overall website as well. So for the overall instruction unit, we were asked to design a website with 4 lessons, and I decided, in order to make this very practical for my job, to create something that could be used by teachers that I work with. And so I designed a tutorial for using a smartboard in your classroom. And it was interesting developing this unit of instruction because we also incorporated different instructional design models, and I used the ACE model to design this whole unit. So first I analyzed, then I created, and then I evaluated the site, and that was all the instructional design portion of this site. So I want to take you a little bit through my website and how I designed this for the teachers to use. In lesson 1, it's just an overview of smartboards and why we would use them in the classroom. And in each page, I say by the end of the lesson what the learner will be able to do. So the basics were covered in lesson 1. Lesson 2, we get a little more technical into Smart Notebook, and hopefully teachers who complete this will be able to generally complete basic functions within Smart Notebook at the end of this lesson. So this is lesson 2. And then in lesson 3, we look for more information on Smart Notebook and really look into the gallery and working with objects and different functionalities the Smart Notebook will have that is helpful to classroom teachers. So again, the teachers would complete this tutorial just to enhance their learning of Smart Notebook. And then the last lesson was classroom applications, because anything I design for teachers, I really want them to be able to take it back to their classroom and use right away. So in this lesson, I challenged the teachers to really think about the placement of the smartboard as well as how they would use it in their classroom. So this whole tutorial was very helpful for me to design because I think I can use it with teachers that need a little bit of introduction to the smartboard. They might be new to the school, or they might want a refresher course on using the smartboard. In our district, we have over half of our schools have smartboards in every classroom. So there is a need for constant training in this area. And this class was very helpful in really looking at images and how to design images that will be helpful for the learner. So I was proud of this, this unit, and I do think it's something that I can apply and use in my job. So I was very happy and excited to complete this unit. And I was really excited that I could actually develop different kinds of graphics like these that I had never really played around with before. So creating graphics like this that could help the learner was a very big deal for me. And I will definitely use this in the future as I design different materials. All the principles of design, especially the CART principle, as I mentioned. I never really paid that much attention to the details of images and messages until I took this class. So this has had a great impact on my professional, as well as just personally looking around the world and seeing all the detailed messages that are in the images that are created. So I really found that this was a very helpful unit to design, and I think it will be helpful in the future to use in my job. Another artifact I wanted to highlight was an online lesson that I designed in Moodle for my EdTech 522 class. EdTech 522 was online teaching for adults, and the reason I took the class was I was interested in really exploring whether I wanted to teach online in the future or not. So this was a very interesting course for me. I want to show you a little bit about the final project that we did. I worked with a classmate, and we actually designed instruction for our classmate on a topic that they wanted to learn about, specifically designed in ways that they like to learn as well as be assessed. So my topic was Web 2.0 tools, and I designed a couple different activities that allowed my learner to learn more about Web 2.0 tools and how they can be used for the adult learner. And as an instructor, I was able to go in and create news forums. I had a link to my lesson plan, and I was able to research and grab resources and videos that my learner could watch. And then I created an online quiz for my learner because she had said that that's one way she liked to be assessed, or to assess her own learning. Also, I created an activity where I had the learner go through some tools and spend about 15-20 minutes, explore some tools, and then create a chart in Google Docs, which I can show you, that really looked at rating the tools and how you would use them in an adult learning environment. In addition, I created a discussion forum and was able to create a rubric for the discussion forum. So this was all very helpful, not only the instruction design part of it, but also being able to deliver the lesson online. So this was a very interesting and very practical experience in EdTech 522, and I want to explore future possibilities of maybe teaching a course online in the future. Another artifact I'd like to share is my school-based health website evaluation. This was my final project in EdTech 505. And EdTech 505 was evaluation for educators, and it was an invaluable course for me in terms of my understanding of evaluation. In terms of evaluation before the course, my understanding was just look at the positives and the negatives of, let's say, a program, technology, or website, and then determine what you wanted to do from there. But what I learned in evaluation was that it really was a problem analysis and really looking at the details and the process of evaluating whether it was a program or a website. So this was a very important project for me. It was a real-world application where I was actually evaluating a website that was done through a grant, and it reaches all of our schools. And the website evaluation really was looking at the strengths and maybe the areas of improvement that were needed on the website for our principals, our teachers, our parents, and our students. So this was a very practical assignment for me that I could go back and share the information with the stakeholders in the project. I want to just highlight a few areas of the evaluation final project. I had to come up with a purpose, central questions for the evaluation, and then I designed a survey of the website, and this is the website right here, a survey for our principals to really look at gathering data about the school-based health center website. For example, who was visiting the site. We looked at web traffic, statistics, and then what areas of the website did the principals find most helpful. So as I collected the data, that was a good portion of the evaluation. I looked for areas of strengths and areas that needed improvement. And so by the end of the project, I was able to give the school-based health center people the information so that they could use it in improving the website and the outreach to all of our schools. So this was a very important project for me because it was an immediate application helping our school-based health center improve the website and their service to our schools. So I wanted to share this as an example of not only my understanding of evaluation, but also the immediate application to my job. Just a few final thoughts. I'm extremely grateful for completing this degree through Boise State University. I have learned so much new content and so many new skills throughout this EdTech program. It's been a wonderful journey of many challenges as well as accomplishments. I am looking forward to applying the knowledge that I learned throughout this program to my current job and with the principals and teachers that I work with. I'm very excited that this summer we will be having trainings for principals as well as teachers across the state in the area of technology. I plan to use a lot of what I learned in the EdTech program in those trainings, so I'm very excited to work on developing and implementing those trainings. In addition to really looking at applications to my current job, I really would like to also look into possibly teaching one online course. I feel that the EdTech program has really armed me with the content and the skills needed to design and create a course as well as teach a course online. So I'm excited about that opportunity. I have really enjoyed my time here at Boise State in the EdTech program and would like to thank all my classmates as well as my professors who I've worked with over the past 2 years. It's been a great learning experience. I'm excited to see what happens with the field of educational technology as we move ahead. The great thing is there's always something new and exciting, and I'm looking forward to all of the new and exciting things that come up in the coming years. But thank you to Boise State for preparing me in this field of educational technology, and I look forward to continuing the learning. Please take a few minutes and check out the rest of my portfolio website. I have taken some time to pull some of the artifacts and course assignments into this website, and I'd love for you to take a look. Thank you so much.